Hello and welcome to Business Today Television on India Today TV. I'm here live in Mumbai and we are at the YouTube Fan Fest. Joining me is Director India YouTube, Ishan John Chatterjee. Ishan, thank you for being here.
Hi, Karishma. Thank you very much for having me.
This looks lovely, quite a setup. Tell me, what are your expectations from the Fan Fest this year?
Well, we're so excited and thank you for making the trip over here. FanFest is actually our flagship event where we try and connect fans to their favorite creators. And the reason why this year it's even more special than usual is that we're doing it for the first time in 4 years. We've taken a break during the pandemic, so we're coming back together for the first time. And the second thing is that we also celebrating 15 years of YouTube in India. And so, what better way for us to celebrate that with our creators and with their fans, all the people who make YouTube what it is.
Lovely. There's this really cool headline that says uniting the two, online, offline, and everywhere in between. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, what we're trying to convey with that is that we want to make it easy for fans to interact with their creators. So at FanFest, you can do that either through the live stream, you can do that through the live show that's happening right there, and all the meet and greets that are organized. And what we're especially excited about is the lineup that we have. We have a star-studded creator lineup. We have musicians like Khati Sandhu, Badsha, Rajkumari. We've got really fun acts like Techno, who's a gaming creator. We have a comedy duo, Funcho. And of course, our MCs, Prajakta Kohli and Danish Saif himself. So it's lined up to be a cracking show.
Well, the fact, Ishan, that all these content creators are here is the reason, why India loves watching video content on YouTube. But tell me, what has made news in India? What do Indians love to watch?
I'm probably stating the obvious over here, Karishma, but Indians love to watch video. And we think one of those reasons is because of our deep-rooted history in cinema and in music. But we also think it's because video as a format transcends literary barriers. You don't need to be able to read and write English or Hindi in order to be able to consume video. So we're seeing that video is very often the first port of call for Indians who are seeking out information or entertainment. The other thing that has changed is that technology has now made it easy for anyone to create content. And so that's blurring the lines between who a viewer is and who a creator is. And that is breathing new life into existing content genres that have been on YouTube for a long time: gaming, cooking, tech, beauty, for example. But it's also leading to the creation of new content genres. One is an interest in a revival in the interest in culture. So we have poetry and Hindi Shairi, which is becoming a big community. We see communities forming around science, general knowledge, facts, motivation. And of course, learning has been an evergreen area for us where people come to YouTube to learn about academic content, vocational content, as well as hobby-related content. But the other thing that's very interesting is languages and the impact that that's playing. Today, you can find content and music on YouTube, but not just in English, Hindi, and other major languages, but across, for example, in music, Haryanvi, Bhojpuri, or Punjabi. And if you're looking for content in specific dialects from Kottayam or Rajamandri or Madurai, it's all available on YouTube today. And in fact, we recently did a study with Oxford Economics, which found that 80% of users believe that they can easily find content in their preferred language on YouTube.
That's great. In the millennial term language, we call it more like education online. That's happening on YouTube with a lot of young creators now. But you did talk about technology. So AI is the new buzzword. Do you think that's having a lot of impact on video creation?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question, Karishma. An area that we are very excited about, and we also want to approach in a very bold but also responsible way. But if I take a step back, YouTube has always been a place where creators of all backgrounds and all kinds levels of experience can test and push the limits of creative expression. And today, we want to make it easy for everyone to pick the same boundaries by making difficult things easy and by making impossible things possible. And to your question, I think the future of creation on YouTube is really interesting and it's bright because we're already seeing AI-powered tools helping users and creators convert their dreams into reality. And last week we had an event called Meet on YouTube. We announced a raft of different AI-based products, and that's intended to help creators do a few things. The first is it will unlock new forms of creative expression. The second is it will remove friction from the creation process. And the third is it will help connect creators to more viewers. And if you'll allow me, maybe I can give you a few examples in those cases. So last week, we announced a new experimental feature called Dream Screen. And it's being tested now with a select group of creators, and we hope to roll it out across the country more broadly next year. But what Dream Screen does is it allows a creator to create AI generated images or video as a background in your YouTube Shorts simply by typing in an idea into a prompt.
Oh, wow.
So that's one example. The second example,
On any subject.
any subject.
Okay.
And the second example I wanted to share was around YouTube Create. That is a new world-class editing app meant for mobile creators. That's meant to take the grunt work out of production, cleaning up audio, precision trimming. And it also gives a whole new raft of creative tools to creators, including royalty-free music and the ability to beat match using AI. And we think that is now, it's already in beta across all Android devices. The price is free. Anyone can use it. And that's, again, something that we hope to roll out across the country more widely next year. And the final example I want to give you is about Allow, which is an AI-based dubbing tool. And currently is available in English. What you can do is take an English language video and then convert it to many other different languages. Wow. The idea here is we can take your content and connect it to many more viewers who might not speak your native language. Again, something that you hope to roll out in the future. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how we think AI is going to transform the creation landscape.
Absolutely. A lot of development in terms of new creator tools upcoming. But also tell me what's happening with YouTube Shorts. Now, that's been there and that's been doing extremely well. Anything new on that front?
Well, YouTube Shorts is an exciting product, which, as you said, is doing very well because we in India are a mobile first country. And since then, Shorts now see 70 billion views a day globally per month. And in India, we recently ran a survey where we found that 96% of survey respondents aged 18 to 44 say that they use YouTube Shorts. Now, we find that Gen Z and millennials, we don't agree on many different things, but it looks like one place where they at least eye to eye is YouTube Shorts. Now, to your on a more serious note, to your question, I think we are very focused on making the creation process easy for our creators and on helping them monetize. So on the creation process, I just described Dream Screen as an example of AI. We have a number of different remixing tools also that we are bringing into the product to make it easy for creators to create shorts. And on the other hand, earlier this year, we launched monetization on YouTube Shorts. So now YouTube Shorts creators can also start making money.
Oh, that's great.
On Shorts. So we think the combination of those two things will be a very bright future for our Shorts creators.
A lot in the offing, I see. But tell me a bit, how do you see competition in the market for YouTube? And do you have a strategy that's already thought out?
Yeah, look, we try to keep it very simple. We want to be the home of all things video. Yeah. And what we try and boil that down to is our three major stakeholders. For our creators, we want to make it the best long-term platform for success and to build in monetization options that help them build sustainable businesses and convert their passions into professions.
Yeah.
On the user side, we want to make it easy for all users to connect with content that they love across languages, across devices, across formats, across content genres. And we believe that if we stick to these two principles, that will hold us in good stead and support our creator community.
That's a good strategy for YouTube monetization also to make it more user friendly, I believe, right?
Yes, exactly.
Ishan, a quick one. Tell us, how do you plan to make YouTube Premium more accessible for your target audience?
Yeah, YouTube Premium is a fantastic product, we think, that has got widespread adoption all over the world. We recently announced that we had 80 million subscribers and trialers on the product globally. And we're always focused on making it more accessible in India. In fact, we already have discounted or differentiated pricing for students and for families. And that's something that we will continue to invest in.
Lastly, Ishan, for individuals who watch content, of course, enthusiastically, tell us what can one do to become a successful content creator?
As I was saying earlier, Karishma, we've been in India now for 15 years. And when we launched in 2008 to now, the evolution that YouTube has seen in many ways maps and mirrors the digital transformation that the country has gone through. So, for example, in the mid-2010s, when the price of data was dropping and smartphones were becoming more affordable, we started to see Indians from all over the country, non-metro, non-urban, in languages other than in English, Hindi, other major languages, come onto YouTube, both as viewers and creators. Through the last few years, through the pandemic, we've seen an explosion of YouTube consumption on the living room screen, as well as on Shorts, as we've been discussing. So this entire journey has given us real insight into what works in India and what it takes to be a creator. As I said earlier, for us, creation is the start, or is absolutely the starting point for everything that happens on YouTube. Creators are the beating heart of what makes YouTube special. And if there was one thing that I would leave with your viewers, if you want to be a creator, come to YouTube, because that's where all of India already is.
Lovely. Beating heart, that's the word we are taking away. But before we end this, a very unconventional question to make it fun, lighter. And as a fellow Hyderabadi, I ask this to you. 15 years of YouTube, hundreds of content creators, lot of Delhi Mumbai fights. But what is it that you miss about Hyderabad here in
Oh,
Mumbai?
it has to be the biryani.
The biryani. I share this beating heart feeling with you for
In
biryani.
fact, there's an amazing creator called Nawab's Kitchen who's based out of Hyderabad. And what he does is he makes biryani in these huge pots, and he's actually serving free meals to underprivileged kids in the old city of
Lovely. That's
So
absolutely
next time you're
lovely.
back home, you should definitely.
I will. Thank you so much, Ishan, for joining us on this conversation. And we wish you great luck for the Fan Fest.
Thank you. Thanks, Karishma.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.